Hello, my Leo collective. I am here today to give you your message for December 2025. This is Zaida Velgara from Becoming I Am. I start off with some oracle and some astrology and how it will be affecting you. And then I do the tarot in the end. I hope you enjoy it. So, starting off December 4th, full moon in Gemini. You might be having lucid dreams. You might be having clarity about things that you kind of wanted to know about, either intuitively or through songs and messages of all different kinds. This should have started probably the 1st of December and it will be continuing, I think, like until the weekend, at least the 8th or the 9th. Okay. Let's see how this is affecting you, my Leos. Look at how nothing wants to come out. Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay. So this is the card Rowan, number 34. It says, there is no need to fear, dear one. Protected you are, and protected you will always be. Whenever I get this card, it's telling me that you're entering a new cycle and there is a lot of fear, doubt, and worry if this is going to pan out for you. So, because this is a very good full moon for communication, I would recommend for you to really tune into your spiritual guides and talk to them about the situation and how it is moving forward. Okay? The next thing that we have going on is December 10th. Neptune goes direct in Pisces. Now, side note, I just have to tell you guys this. This is the weirdest thing. Well, not the weirdest thing because it keeps happening. Um, I actually look up the astrology like a month ahead of time for the collective so that I can do this. And because I did this late, I actually looked this up like about 2 weeks ago, I think. And 2 weeks ago, Neptune was going direct in Pisces on December 15th. And now it's going direct in Pisces on December 10th. So the beginning videos that I did, I kept saying that it's going to happen December 15th. And this is the second time recently that this is happening to me. It happened for the Mercury retrograde because I saw it happening in um, October, and then it shifted to November. And again, when I was doing my reading, so I had to adjust the message. I can tell you that I've been jumping timelines big time. My reality has changed. People around me are changing. The way that they look at the world is a really bit different and whatever. And I am well aware that as I start healing my generational curses and my energy within myself and the wounds that I carried from other lives, and I start healing the collective, timelines correct, because that's always something that I put into my intentions, that it doesn't only correct me now, but it corrects me in every past lifetime and every future lifetime so that we can be the best and most highest and positive expression of ourselves, right? And so if you are experiencing things like that, like people changing, situations changing, time that seems a little funny, um keep in mind that you have probably timeline jumped. Depending if this new reality is good or bad, you'll know if you went backwards or you went forward. That's the best way to explain it. Okay. Um, so I want to talk. I don't know why I had to say that to you, but legit, I did. So we go there. I'm going to see how this is going to affect you. Okay. I got two cards. See, I got two cards, and as soon as they fell out, I heard this is the split of the timeline. So I am talking to do different collectives. One that did the right thing and moved forward, and one that did the wrong thing is moving backwards. Okay. FYI, just letting you know. So we have number 41, the Swan. I am everything I seek, the one I am meant to trust above all else, to create one of the strongest loves within my life. So this is talking about a person that is starting to love themselves. This reminds me of the ugly duckling. In other words, a person that is starting to realize, hey, maybe everybody was making fun of me and everybody thought I was sketch and everybody thought I was weird because everybody was a duck and I was a swan. And yes, I look different than them, but look at how fabulous I am now. Okay. The second group is number 42, which is ironic because you saw me shuffle these. I shuffle these so much, it's crazy. And so it's the one right after. And we have weather divination. I trust in what I feel, for what I feel are signs to pay mind to. And what I'm feeling with this weather divination is the same thing. Weather, astrological timing, situations like that are giving you signs, right? Like, for example, I've had healing sessions or hypnosis or spiritual groups that I've done, like the meditations groups that I've done, that legit outside we get tornadoes that are not planned or weird wind effects that are not planned, rain that comes from nowhere, or storms that come from nowhere, like winter storms and stuff that come from nowhere. And that is literally telling you that you're just like shifting timelines. I know it sounds crazy, but you guys tuned into this channel. This is not a channel that's going to tell you that this person's jealous of you and that person's jealous of you. This is a spiritual healing channel. So I will give you things for you to know and be present to what is helping you in your surroundings and what you need to do to get stronger, because this is all about you. All right. So the third thing we're going to be looking to is December 20th. And December 20th is the new moon in the sign of Sagittarius. And so this feels like seeds planted for the future. So let's say you went backwards in the timeline. You're in that one that's going backwards. This is year number like 9. Next year is year number 1. It's the beginning of 9-year cycle. So this is a good time, the 20th, to kind of like look through your life and see where you feel that you might have taken a wrong step, and then make an active decision of what it is that you need to do to make the right step and go forward, right? And you have 9 years of shifting into that person. Vice versa, figure out what you did right and how it worked and what else you want to do and how that's going to look for you in the future. So let's see how this is going to be. I'm going to tell you, Leo. Okay, I wasn't like this with the other signs, so there must be something with you guys. Shut up. Shut up. Look at what comes out. Number 24, the journey. Daughters of our mothers, walkers of the unknown, take with you on the journey all that you hone. It's literally, you know what this reminds me of? That show in Disney of oh, what is it called? That witch, the sketch witch. Hold on one second. Okay, I had to look it up because I couldn't remember the name of it. It's Agatha All Along. Okay. And in this um some witches go into this road that isn't supposed to be real but is real, and they're confronting the fears that they had to be able to get out of the road and to get a gift. um I feel like whoever I'm talking to in this Leo collective, um there needs to be a course correction, and the course correction is linked to a fear that made you take a road that led you the wrong way. And the road is linked to, and this is important for you guys to understand, the road is linked to the thing you didn't want to do because you thought it was wrong. And this can be spiritual belief system, this can be physical belief system, or this can be an emotional belief system, right? Or like, I can't leave this person. It's my moral obligation to be with them, or I love them, but it's like a toxic love situation, or a situation where I can't leave this career. This is what I've known. I've dedicated all of my life to it. Every single one of us, because this is your life. This is all about you. And the reason I'm saying this is because of this next card that fell out here, and it's the Banshee. It says, "Heed my warning, dear child, for what I hold is far from unsung lullaby. Swallow a nail, and you can expect bleeding from within." And for me, the Banshee is the calling to your shadow. And I think that you've been avoiding whatever this change is like a bad habit because you fear change. You fear change because you believe that maybe if you keep the way it is, you have more control in the reality that you have. As long as you control everything, everything will be fine, etc., etc. And there's anxiety here. I feel very strong anxiety. I feel anger in this energy. Um, I'm actually hearing somebody say, "Who the fuck does this bitch think she is?" So you're the one tuning in. You can untune if you don't like it. Um, and then I have some people asking, "Is she right? Is she right? Am I? Is it? Did I? Am I ignoring somebody? If I am ignoring something?" Look, not all these messages are for everybody. Okay, so if you know that you've been strongly doing something to move forward, um, and things are going really good in your life, then you're legit fine and try to tune into a different message, maybe another sign, like maybe your sun's your moon sign or your rising or whatever. But you would know, okay? I'm hearing so many messages all of a sudden. There is a hot collective of my Leos here that are getting really pissed off at me at this more precise moment. And then the next thing is December 21st. I feel like it's really important because the sun goes into Capricorn, but that's not what's important. No, what's important is that there's 4 squares that day. And what I'm seeing is the first square being the person that the journey, the road, right? The road that's being opened up here and being opened up in your eyes about how you should take it. And then there's 3 other walls. One wall has to do with your mind. This is changing the way you see and perceive your world based on the knowledge that you perceive you have or the one that you still need to acquire. The second is your emotions. This is the shame, the doubt, the insecurities, the worry, um, and the heartbreak. The third is your spirit. And this is when you listen to what you're being called to do. This is actually creating communion between you and your spirit. So instead of you guys working as two, you're working as one. And this is what actually Jesus actually meant when he says, when two minds agree in this world, it is made vow in heaven. What the whole, I want to say, religion is kind of trying to tell you is that the more you work with you, like the real you, not the scared version you that everybody tells you you should be, but the one that's calling in your soul, that little whisper. And the only way that you can listen to it is through like things like meditation, prayer, deep contemplation, right? That little voice that you're not ignoring, your real intuition. With the more you work with it, like for real work with it, the more the real you is allowed to show through, and the happier you'll feel. Um, so, anyways, that being said, because a version of you is dying and a new one is being reborn, I decided to use the archetype deck to see which one is dying and which one's being reborn. So, let's find out the dying one first. Look at that. And the card that comes out is the Samaritan. And I'm going to show you the shadow aspect because that's the one that's dying, right? And it says, exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. In other words, this is a person that only does something because of their likes, the likes that you'll get on social media, or you'll only do something because you know you're going to receive something. This is a person that won't get you a gift or won't drive you somewhere or won't help you in any way if it isn't that they don't see a something that they're going to receive for what they're giving you. And that is not the same as equal reciprocity, just a FYI, okay? Because everything we do in this world has a little bit of see, this is why nothing is black and white, and this is why people get confused with spirituality. Nothing is black and white. Equal reciprocity is saying that there is an equal exchange for the money and the energy and the effort and the resources that you are giving out. It doesn't have to be the same. Like, it's not like if I give you this and you give me the exact thing back, but there's an equal exchange there. And like, I'm helping you and it fills my soul. I'm not expecting you to give me something in return because already helping you filled my soul, right? Um, you giving me the privilege to help you is what is the payment, you know? And so these highly independent people, I can do it all myself, blah, blah, blah. They're actually like spiritually blocking other people, right? And then you'll find that when you try doing things for yourself, things don't work out the way they're supposed to work out, and you're frustrated and you think it's black magic, but it's actually the way that you are, right? So everything is an equal exchange here, not the same as I'm doing this so that people see how much of a good person I am. And so that's the person that's dying, the one that's seeking recognition, right? Now, the second thing that's happening here, um or like, I don't eat meat because I'm so spiritual, and veganism is the only way that you can be spiritual, right? When the reality is so that people think that you're spiritual. Not to knock the ones that are vegan, because it is their calling, but not all of us are from the same frequency, though we might look the same, right? In the outside, all of us are different in the inside. Like, our genetic makeup, the essence that is vital in front of us is different. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Because of the energetic frequency of my husband, per se, and at least two of my kids, they need to eat red meat, because that's something that they require in their DNA. If not, they lower their iron levels lower down. Me, I don't need that. Why would I say I'm better than you because you eat the red meat and I don't? No, your DNA, your the essence that made you, the animal type that you are, that is different than mine, needs that, and that is part of your beliefs and your energy and your frequency and your ascension. That's not part of mine. Every single one of us is unique. Um, I don't know why we went into a side tangent about food, but whatever. Now, the person that is waking up. Ooh, the prostitute. I know that sounds cray cray, but it's really not. It's really not. Let me tell you what it says here with the prostitute, the light aspects. It says, um, accentuate the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Do you hear what that says? I'll explain it. What it's saying is, all of us, this goes back to the food thing. All of us require different things to survive: money, food, resources, family, etc. Religion, spiritual groups, jobs, etc. But though we require that, not all of us sacrifice our essential morals, our essential insights, our essential beliefs for that thing. This would be like the person that likes hanging out and having fun and clubbing, and then they go to like a religious group that everybody is your brother and your sister, and you have to like have shirts up to like here and then not wear makeup, and they do that there, but then actually they want to be that other person. That's splitting your energy, right? This is you being you no matter where you are. um but knowing that though you are who you are, no matter where you are, there are some adjustments you have to make in certain environments. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. See, whoever I'm talking to right now is very black and white. Like, this is good, this is bad, this is God, this is devil, blah, blah, blah. And that's the problem. Like, there is no such thing as two, everything is one. And so this is where we're having a hiccup here. So your black and white thinking, this is good, this is bad, this is up, this is down, this is devil, this is angel, that kind of energy is the thing that's distorting you actually. So um that one's hard to let go of. FYI, been there, done that. Um because we are very much indoctrinated. I want to see where this is going to affect you. I hear religion. Shut up. Yin energy. Tell me if it's not religion. Yin energy is a female representation. That's your intuition. And your intuition is your spirit. And your intuition and your spirit is your religion. So tell me if that's not what's happening. Mm-hmm. This is crazy. I mean, besides the fact that I'm totally reaming some kind of Leo that's going to be totally triggered, the ones that are spiritually awakened will hear the lesson that is being taught here. Every single time Jesus would talk to people, he didn't talk to no people like, oh, everybody's butterfly or sunshines. No, sometimes he was really laying it on thick to people. You might not hear it really rough in the text, but those were different times, and the way that you shut down a person is kind of different, right? So, legit, Jesus was the first activist, and he was not nice all the time. I think my favorite story in that whole thing is when he was for real flipping tables. That tells me you actually felt something, right? I don't like gods, religious leaders, prophets that um that the way they write their story is like if their shit don't stink. That's false. We are here having a human expression, and if you're going to be a god, doesn't matter how strong you are in the god force, when you first start off in this joint, you're in this body, you're in this flesh. It will be hard until you wake up to who you are, and that's natural. Okay. King of Axes. This is the King of Swords. I do you see his face? I just got to show it to you. He's like angry Popeye looking face. I'm triggering somebody. Next thing, Knight of Cups. Do you see his face? I'm going to just show you because that's also an angry. And he's like ready to hit somebody. And then the third thing that comes out, shut up. Shut up. Look at this. Five of Wands. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Somebody here has to realize that everything that they want to change in another person is what they know they have to change in themselves. Everything they criticize in another person is something that they wish they had the right to do for themselves, or that they know they have to fix in themselves. They're just trying to deflect. Your I know everything, your this is the way the world is the Knight of Cups. It's the um it's the false chariot. Do you know why I want to say that? Because if you notice, look, the table, the picnic table is actually has a head like if he's a fake horse, and then he's fake jousting, and it's like it's you're hitting yourself, Leo. Whatever happened to you this year, I need you to really take a time to really think about the conflicts that you've had this year and be really, really, really truthful with yourself. Is it really that you're fighting somebody else, or are you fighting yourself? What is it that you want to deny yourself? Six of Swords. They're twins there, and that's a twin masculine feminine, which reminds me of your divine masculine, your divine feminine energy. Your divine feminine energy is asleep, and that's the reason what is awakening is your yin energy. That's your motherly nutrient, take care of another energy, right? Your intuition energy. She's been dormant. The one's been writing the show is your divine masculine energy. Divine masculine energy in on steroids, that would be a lot of fire inside of you, is destructive, is explosive. It's their way or the highway. Look at the Two of Swords. It is a belief system that has you blind, and it actually has you frozen in time. It's a belief system. A religious belief system is what I call it. Religious belief system is your I know or I am statements. I am a good child. I am a good mother. I am a good father. Um, I am a believer of Jesus. I am a cook. I am a scientist. And these I am statements that you have are your religious belief system so much that you have closed the door to the potential that, yes, I am a scientist, but I can also be a mystic. So I can believe in science backing up the information that I have, but I can also believe that ghosts exist and that spiritual energies are the ones that can affect us. As a matter of fact, science is kind of backing that, but just a side note. Um, I can be a carpenter, but I can also be a scholar. I can be a good parent, but also be a bad one. I mean, I already told my children a long time ago, dude, I'm just doing as best as I can. I'm going to fuck up. Sorry, and I apologize that I do. The first one usually gets it the worst. And as I know better, I do better. Like Maya Angelou used to say, I love her quote when she said that. So the only thing that is stagnant, the only thing that is unchanging is something that is dead. And I can tell you that my ideas and my concepts and my views in the world will constantly be changing because of the fact that I am an ever evolving and ever expanding being. It is what it is. In the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. You are definitely resisting something that has you emotionally and materially imbalanced. So you will see this in your money. You will see this in your relationships. You will see this in your world where things feel off. But it's because you're resisting something that wants to change in you. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles, it is independence, freedom, and the person that has their own business, etc. But here it's a spider inside her nest. And what goes in the nest if it's in things that get caught up and things that die. And I feel like what's happening is that things are coming into your life, and instead of giving life, instead of expanding, instead of growing, instead of changing, what's happening is that things come to you, and then slowly after that they just fizzle out and they die. But the reason that is happening, this can be a person I'm talking about that usually gets relationships, and then all of a sudden it's really hot and heavy and good in the beginning, and then bzz, 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 and it dies. Or this is a person that has an idea that starts out really awesome, and then bzz, 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 and it dies. The reason this is happening is because there is a stringent belief system that you have, like really black and white, like this is the way it is and this is the way it is, that is causing the problem. And I mean, I'm not here to criticize. We all have aspects of our lives that we need to adjust. Myself personally, I know of things that I need to change inside of myself that makes me explosive and makes me like too stern in a belief system that I need to fix. And the more that I work on myself, the better my world is, the better the people that are around me are, the better everything is. And so that's the carrot that I'm always chasing after, is that what December for me usually is what worked, what didn't work, what made me happy, what didn't make me happy, where do I have to adjust? And then I change things based on that. So maybe that would be a good place to start. I hope this helps.